So here's a genre that I thought pretty much would be played out for me. VR MMO. Honestly, there's been a lot of them, and some of them have been great, like Sword Art Online, and others have been utter dogs, like Sword Art Online. I don't think I've had a series as hated and loved so much at the same time before than Sword Art Online. But regardless, it's an easy to do genre because it meshes isekais with gaming culture, something that's huge in Japan and in the West. We want to escape our normal bodies that have godlike abilities we didn't earn nor probably deserve because none of us ain't. And instead of improving ourselves in reality, wouldn't it be cool if we could slap on a probably $2 billion headset that interacts with our brainwaves to take us to some sort of VR MMO RPG world? You know, wouldn't that be great? I mean, that's pretty much the entire concept of this show, Kuma Kuma Bear. And it is our victim for this episode of Dropped. Dropped is where I, Faith of Moliminous, your lovely host, goes over some of the currently airing animes, the seasonal anime. I watched the first episode. I go ahead and give you a short description of everything, what I liked, what I didn't like, so you can go ahead and judge whether or not it's worth your time. So, Kuma Kuma Bear, or as I like to call it, KKK Bear. Because, Jesus, did you choose a really bad title or an acronym that can be made from it? Friendly reminder though, even the Nazis thought Japan needed to chill with their war crimes. Yes, Hitler told the Japanese they were too extreme for them. Let that set in while you watch this super adorable, probably underage girl, let's be honest, this is an anime, in a bear suit run around a virtual world of World Fantasy Online. No, that's not a translation error. She says it in perfect English, meaning they're just uncreative as when it comes to naming their world. World Fantasy Online. That sounds like some freeware stuff you would get from the asset store at Unity. I should know. I do that quite often. But she's a super powerful character, just like any other MMO show like this, like Shield Lolly, P90 Lolly, Explosion Lolly, or just regular Lolly. But it doesn't get boring just like those ones. It's really easy to make a story where the good guy wins boring, especially if it's played up wrong. But in this instance, it's fun and it's exciting. She suffers from the Saitama disease, where she's technically not high ranked, but is super powerful, and everyone doesn't think she's as strong as she is because look at her, she's in a bear costume and medieval times apparently. What are those? I'm pretty sure this type of is the stuff that gets you sent straight to the gallows on some One Piece type shit, but even though she's super powered, she still has a little bit of a struggle with her fights. While not taking any damage, the other creature, a giant black viper in this episode, doesn't either. And she has to get a little cheeky with how she wins, which I think will be a common event, seeing as how the first episode doesn't show her just completely annihilating her opponent. Not only that, while she's super strong and stuff, it's not outrageously so. Like a trip that should take her a day and a half, she ends up doing it in little less than a day, which is great, but not unreasonably so. So it's an OP character within reason. Now, something that does get a little bit annoying is the fact that she's like this young kid. Like when they take her out of the game, she's just this young kid in this like pretty much empty room with just a bed and a 6-screen computer, which, let's be honest, that's pretty much how I would be too in a world where we had full dive VR. Why the f am I decorating my room? I just throw on some glasses and I see all my posters and shit everywhere and all my anime figures. I don't need to own it physically. The future is now, old man. But she's just this young kid, but she's like the trope that I fucking hate, where you're this hardcore gamer, but you're also a NEET and you're like fucking gorgeous too. But not only is she gorgeous, a NEET and a hardcore gamer, but she's also rich apparently. She's doing a bunch of day trading, which they show the most inaccurate form of day trading I could ever see, where she's doing it all manually and she trades like 3 stocks and she's just like, oh, look at that, I just got like $20 billion richer from from like 4 mouse clicks. That's not how it works. I imagine she does sit there and she studies it. Otherwise, why would she have like the 6 monitors? But there's trends that you have to look at. There's all kinds of data that you have to consume. But the show isn't about stocks. It's about cute girls battling it out in full dive VR. It's just a little bit irking because you can't have the perfect offline life and the perfect online life. And when I say perfect offline, I mean it. She probably doesn't have any friends, but when you can send 3 million Japanese Pokemon cards to your parents for vacation, I don't care what anyone says. That is literally buying happiness. Oh, and her stock trading scene is also really dumb, like I said, where she sells 2 and buys 1, and it's just like, oh, I'm Donald Trump now. Well, maybe not Donald Trump. He seems to have a lot of debt himself, but I don't want this to become like Wall Street Bets. You know, I don't have any skin in the game. I make my money from Winnie the Pooh sending me checks to defend my home country's honor online, but she's rich. And she's probably a furry, you know, from the bear suit. The animation and all it's pretty okay. Honestly, the opening scene did not have me thinking it was going to be something that I would enjoy. I mean, you're talking mad static pictures being panned over. Even when people are talking, almost no movement. Like, I might as well be reading the manga. There are slideshow AMVs with more animation in this, but it seems like they use a lot of the budget for the animation during the fight scenes. But even then, it's like not anything special. I'm not feeling like I'm watching something unique, not something that's sticking out to me, you know? I don't feel like when I'm watching this, I can just go like, yeah, this is a staple of KKK Bears animation, you know? I don't think we're gonna get like a global trending hashtag like we did with Demon Slayer just about the animation quality from a single episode. Music wise, I mean, the score is forgettable. I don't feel hyped, but it is just the first episode. I will say there are a lot of ways this can go, and I'm super interested in seeing how it goes. It's just, there are some elements that, despite my incredible love for this show, which I really do like this show. In fact, I'm really interested in seeing the other episodes that have already been aired, but it's weird. There's just something about this anime. It's the amalgamation of all these parts and some sort of special spark in here. It's very hard to put into words, and I think it's just the refreshing simplicity of it, in the sense that it's not over the top. I know that seems really dumb and counterintuitive, but it's something that's normal. And sometimes being normal, being average, is refreshing. I want to see where Bear-chan goes from here, how she gets into all kinds of shenanigans, what happens with her online life, and what happens with her offline life. Because at the end of this show, her grandparents are calling her, you know, trying to get her to go to school. Are we going to see some interactions with her in school where she's awkward, where maybe it gets a little bit too close to home, and a lot more of us can relate to the awkwardness that ensues, probably more than we would like to admit. There are so many ways that this could go, and the only way to figure out how it goes is to watch it. And because I'm sitting here and I can ramble on about how I want to see it watched, that just means, hey, maybe I should go watch it. For this one, I'm feeling a solid 8. I really contemplated giving this one higher, but I feel like the fact that it is like so little things that actually stand out about it, like from technical standpoints, I can't go higher than an 8, but it's the passion that I have to see what's coming out next, what they do with it. It's the fact that while they're not doing anything insane, what they are doing is solid. They do what they want to do, and they do it competently. But hey, that's just my opinion. I hope you guys will go ahead and tell me what you guys think down below. As always, I've been Faith and Moliminous. I love your faces, so I hope you at least like my videos. Go ahead, follow me on Twitter in the description down below. Join the Discord. If you absolutely adore me, you can support me on Patreon like these legends. I'll see you in the next one.